Hi everybody, my name is Paul Hebert and thank you for watching my video. Today's topic is how to synchronize your BlackBerry with your Microsoft Outlook profile. So if you haven't connected your BlackBerry at this point, go ahead and pause this video, connect your device, and then when you're ready to go, keep going. So today's topic will bring us to this area here under Organizer, so I would like you to go ahead and click on that. So you'll notice here that on the left there's no check marks in these boxes and there's a blank space here. So I'm drawing your attention to this because this will change as we move through the video and you'll see at the end what I mean. So go ahead and configure or click on the configure settings for me. Alright, so basically there's four components that we can actually synchronize with Outlook. The first one being calendar, second memo, third address book, and the last one the tasks. So in order to invoke the wizard to do this, go ahead and double click on calendar. And here we go. So basically there'll be a series of screens that will ask you to do various things, and the first one is to tell the software what application we're going to be synchronizing with. And this choice will be the same throughout the exercise. So go ahead and highlight Microsoft Outlook and click next. So there's different strategies for how the data is going to move back and forth between the device and the Outlook profile. In our case, we will always be choosing the two-way sync, which means that a comparison will be made between the device and Outlook, and all the stuff that's there will be matched up. So go ahead and click on or select two-way sync and click next. In this case, we're going to use the Microsoft Outlook profile. We have the opportunity to select which component comes from what profile. In my case, I have several here. But for the sake of this exercise, I'll leave it as the default Outlook. Now, we also have the ability to manipulate the data that's going to be looked at today. So we can say, for example, transfer all scheduled items, which will obviously take every single thing in your calendar and move them around and match them. We can also just transfer things that are happening in the future, depending on how much stuff you have. That could be a good choice. We also have the ability to check or go and have everything prior to today by a certain amount of days, or basically anything after today. So for the sake of this, we're going to go ahead and do the transfer all scheduled items. Go ahead and click next after that. And for the calendar, we're done. So same thing, go ahead and double click on Memo Pad. Again, we'll be choosing the desktop application called Microsoft Outlook and click next. Same idea, it's going to be a two-way sync, so go ahead and click next. Again, using the Outlook user profile called Outlook in my case, so we'll go ahead and click next. And we're done. So I know this is getting a little bit repetitive, but we're almost there, so just hang in there. Go ahead and double click on the address book. So you'll notice here that there's a Windows 7 contact list as well as Outlook. In our case, we definitely want to use the Outlook one. Windows comes out of the box with its own address book in case you don't choose Outlook or other types of applications like this one. But we are definitely focusing on the Outlook. So go ahead and highlight and click next. Again, it's going to be a two-way sync, so we'll leave it at the default synchronization choice and click next. We are going to be focusing on the Outlook profile again, and click next, and you're done. And lastly, the tasks. Same idea. Desktop application we'll be using is Outlook. Click on next. It is going to be a two-way sync. Now the difference here is that we have the ability to either transfer all the items that are in our task list, so anything that's been completed, or anything that is pending completion or current. In our case, we're going to do transfer all items. There's not much there for mine anyway, so it'll be pretty quick. And then we'll click next, and we're done. So click finish. And to wrap it all up, we have the check boxes here. There's a connection between the calendar and all these guys and Outlook. So we'll go ahead and click OK. It should move back to the main screen here. And now, if you've noticed, in this area here, we have everything checked off, so they're active elements, and it tells us what it's connecting to and what type of sync, so two-way sync all the way. Now, if we wanted, we could actually remove one of these check marks and just synchronize the elements that are that do have the check mark. But in our case, we're going to do all of them. So in order to actually activate the sync, I'd like to draw your attention down to the synchronize button down here. So go ahead and click on that, and here we go. So what you'll see it do is run through these four items, and it'll actually read the Blackberry device, see what's there, read Outlook, see what is in there, and actually compare the two. So in my case, it's found a meeting that's scheduled, that there's some conflicting information about what's in Outlook and what's on the device. So in my case, if I want, I can click on View and see what it's complaining about. So the entries for some names here are different, but I'm not really going to care too much about that. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I'm going to tell it to make no changes on either device or the Microsoft Outlook. And I'm also going to put a little check mark here that tells it apply to all items in the calendar. So whenever it reaches this problem in this particular time that we're synchronizing, it'll actually perform this selection. So we'll go ahead and click OK or continue. And it'll move on to the next items. And we're done. So there we have it. So if you like, you can click on the your device description at the top left here, and you'll now see that the device has been synchronized and the time was 6:26, which also is the time it is right now. So thank you for watching my video. I hope this was useful, and check back soon. We will have more. Thank you.